We're now getting into awful April because from the beginning of this month, employers across the UK must pay an extra 15% national insurance contribution, up from 13.8% on earnings above £5,000 rather than the previous threshold of £9,100. For some, this is a mere accounting footnote. For others, it's the end of investment, of hiring, and in some cases, of business itself. So, beginning in the high street, the newspapers today are full of this story and have isolated examples of people and businesses who have actually been affected by Rachel Reeves' inflexible approach, by her obsession. And the British Retail Consortium estimates this hike, while combined with the recent minimum wage rise and reduced business rate relief, will cost the sector £5 billion. Part-time roles, crucial to flexible employment, are in freefall. Helen Dickinson, head of the BRC, warned that entry-level jobs are now 13% more expensive, with major retailers like Tesco and Marks & Spencer warning of job cuts, price hikes and store closures. Currys CEO Alex Baldrock was blunt. We give people their first jobs, but these are the jobs hardest to hit. These are the jobs hardest hit. For someone on just £10,000 a year, employer NICs have exploded from £124 to £750. That's not taxation. That's a deterrent to employment. Hospitality, which employs 3.5 million Britons, is in a similar trouble. Pub chains, restaurants, hotels have put expansion plans on ice. Dan Broad of the Beckford Group likened the current climate to being worse than COVID, a damning indictment. Michelin-starred chef Akhtar Islam has shelved his training programme for young chefs. He'll pay £120,000 more in NICs this year alone. He says, how can you grow the economy by taxing it out of existence? Nurseries, too, are staggering. According to the National Day Nurseries Association, 96% of nurseries plan to raise fees. A mother named Sarah reported that her nursery now charges £92 a day, up from £59 5 years ago. We haven't had a 50% pay rise, she said, but we're being asked to pay one. Karen Richards, who runs 5 nurseries in Nottinghamshire, says she needs an additional £183,000 to cover NIC increases. If the government wants to expand free childcare, why is it making it more expensive to offer it? And what of care? Raj Segal, whose family operates 6 care homes, must now find £360,000 more annually. He's scrapping staff bonuses, cutting management pay. The result? Less quality, fewer carers, and in some cases potential closure. The National Care Association warned that this short-sighted move will lead to exits from the sector, just when the NHS is at breaking point. Marie Curie, the palliative care charity, estimates its NIC bill will rise by £2.92 million. They've said bluntly the services will be cut. Meanwhile, Rachel Reeves has offered a £100 million hospice package, generous sounding, until you remember the sector faces a £1.4 billion shortfall because of the NIC change. Small businesses, already drowning in red tape and rising costs because of Brexit, no least, are buckling. The Federation of Small Businesses says confidence has fallen to its lowest level since the first year of COVID. Chocolatier Kate Rumsey is closing on Sundays for the first time in 21 years. She's made redundancies, frozen hiring, and raised prices. This is survival of the fittest, she says, and she's not sure she'll make it. The Chancellor defends this hike as a way to fund public services, but at what cost? According to the Resolution Foundation, this is the least efficient way to raise tax. It curbs employment, fuels inflation, depresses growth. Even the Bank of England warns that the increase may raise prices while stifling hiring. If the government's goal was to push people into work, this policy runs directly counter to that. It makes employing people, particularly the young, the part-time, the marginal, simply too expensive. Economic reform cannot be achieved by penalising employment. We are watching the erosion of entry-level jobs, the contraction of front-line services, the quiet suffocation of investment. This isn't fiscal responsibility, it's a jobs tax dressed in reformist rhetoric. And today, it's working people, not Westminster, who are paying the price.